possible. And I know it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for your influence. So like honestly, like the guidance and mentorship, showing me the YouTube ropes, and then obviously in my niche, which is real estate, which has been awesome to learn from you, dude. But enough about me. I want to talk about you. And I thought this we can kind of just shoot what everything that you've like developed over the last year. Um, for those, if someone's watching and they don't know you, like I don't know how they don't. Like they, especially if you're looking at San Diego content, you're probably the best person who has done it to the point where there's so much attention. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like people are like, I've seen you in Jaycation video. So I guess I wanted to start with how did San Diego become a target for you as far as making content and showcasing the different areas that you have here?
Well, funny enough, San Diego originally wasn't even in the plans for my channel. My channel originally was just supposed to be me trotting around the globe, going to places all around
Mhm.
Europe, all around Asia, and doing more of a travel vlogging style, which I still do from time to time.
Yeah.
But with the pandemic hitting and me having to pivot and being basically here in San Diego for, for riding out the whole pandemic, I said, well, I've never really done videos on my hometown. And I was looking at the videos on YouTube and I said, you know what? I could throw my flavor. I'm a hometown boy. I'm born and raised here. I know my way around. You know, you're a San Diego boy too, Danny.
Yeah.
So like I started doing a beach series, and during that beach series, I started getting a mix of tourists and locals saying like, "Hey, these are really cool videos." Like, not enough shine um, comes to like Carlsbad or Encinitas and Imperial Beach. Nobody really like focuses a video on it. They might like mention it and
Mhm.
then they move on. But I was doing like focused videos, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, whoa, maybe San Diego could be my niche. Maybe if I have no choice. I'm stuck here in San Diego during the pandemic. So yeah, and um, eventually I just kept doing these little niche community beach videos, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try to do uh, hidden gems in San Diego and see what happens. And next thing you know, that video blows up, and my channel just explodes here in San Diego. And now everybody wants to see like, you know, what's the newest thing to do here in town, where to go, where to eat, and all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh, it had and it's funny because even when you started, did you foresee it going where it went?
Um, San Diego or just my channel
Your
in
channel,
general?
like your channel on San Diego when you were doing it.
Um, I didn't know that it would like I didn't know I'd become like locally like the YouTube channel
Yeah.
for like San Diego travel and food. So like that really surprised me, and I'm still learning. I'm still getting there. You know, like my ultimate goal is the 100,000 subscriber mark. So we're almost there. Um, Originally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be happy if I just got to 10,000 subscribers. That's a big number community. You know, even a
Yeah.
thousand subscribers, even 100. You know, that's still a lot of people, you know what I mean?
A
And like,
thousand individuals. Yeah.
yeah, so like I'm just thinking to myself, like, I have more subscribers that watching my channel than you can fit in Petco Park alone. So I'm like, all right, what's the next big stadium to fill up? All right,
Yeah.
Qualcomm Stadium was 67,000. I'm almost there.
Wow. Okay, so it was kind of a surprise, and then not only that, like you created a Facebook group in which we both manage. It's always sunny in San Diego, and if you really want to feel like what you've created, you go in that group, and everyone's like helping each other out, listing resources. Did you like? How was that transition? Like, okay, now I want to create a community of people.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I could see a lot of people in my YouTube comment section always giving suggestions, and I always ask for them to like help all the other viewers that are watching, because some people, it's a mix of people. It's not all locals.
Yeah.
It's tourists, locals, and just people that are curious. And I said, hey, like let's make a community here in San Diego where people can easily just like join and help each other out, whether it's because my video when once it's posted, it's posted. Things can change, right?
Yes.
So like what's
Yep.
cool about It's Always Sunny in San Diego, which we already hit what 4,000 followers within a year, which is great. And
Crazy.
big ups to you for putting together all these cool bulletins and stuff like that for like useful tips on realty and just stuff going around San Diego. But yeah, now that we have 4,000 people, like it's kind of taking a life of its own. People are posting questions and getting answers, and yeah, it's almost like it used to just be me and Danny that used to moderate it, and now I kind of had to add some of my friends in there and some of my fans because it's getting big.
Oh my goodness, yes, it has grown immensely. And then not only that, I've had friends from that group. So I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it at some point to you, but really close friends who I visit regularly. They're super cool, and I wouldn't have met them had it not been through that Facebook group. So I know a lot of people ask, "How do I meet people?" Go on Facebook group, and especially It's Always Sunny in San Diego. People are so chill, really relaxed. They generally have the same interests, like they like to go outside, or you'll find people from so many different backgrounds.
Yeah,
So
it's really cool. I actually like the fact that people are trying to help each other out with certain trips. Like I saw somebody was asking about like, oh, I'm taking my kid to San Diego this in a few weeks. What do you think about this hotel? What are some kid friendly places? And there's been a nice response from the community, given their suggestions and stuff. So that's awesome because that's what the Jaycation, Danny Quesada Realty, the community
yeah,
should be. It should
yeah,
be a bunch of not just viewers of our channels, but San Diego lovers that are willing to help each other out.
definitely, 100%. And I want to shout out some people who are actually uh, commenting. I have George who said, "I'm ready." He was ready 45 minutes ago. George, if you're still with us, I just wanted to shout you out. Uh, D says, "Big fan of you both. Thank you for watching and supporting." And then we have Mom Food Plant and Things. That's interesting. Interesting YouTube. Hey, Jaycation.
Nice. Hi to everybody. Yeah, I know George. George is usually the first one to hop onto a live stream when I'm live.
Yeah.
Mom Food Planning Things, same thing. She's awesome. She comes on a lot of live streams. So shout out to y'all's. I know I haven't been live streaming the last couple months. There's a method to that.
Oh,
So I'll
it's hard work, guys. Trust me, it's not as easy as it seems. Just go. I know people tell me all the time, just go live. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You don't like. You have to prepare. You want to make sure you're doing. People just don't want to watch you sitting there, right? And you especially, you go out there and you tour around the beach or different Balboa Park or downtown. You got to watch where you're going. You got to entertain people, read the comments. Like it's a lot of work.
yeah, there's a lot of things you got to focus on when you're live streaming out and about, right?
Yep.
Like first things first is the internet. The internet has to be nice and clear for you to have a good stream. And the
Hmm.
second thing is like you want to make sure you're recording the right stuff. You don't want to be intruding in people's space, even though you're out in public. You want to make sure you're respecting that, and then on top of that, you're trying to entertain your viewership. So it's fun. But and then the other aspect of it as a YouTuber is it does affect your analytics too. So it really you really got to figure it out. It's a chemistry thing.
Yeah. And so now let's dive into a little bit about like San Diego itself, right? So, what have you seen change? Like, no, you were born and raised in San Diego, and like compared, like from the past to now, like what are the biggest changes? What is things that strike you as like huge?
First of all, we don't have a football team anymore.
Oh my God! Oh no, my heart.
um, um, Second of all, I've seen a resurgence of downtown San Diego Bay, the
Yeah,
port.
yeah,
I've seen that kind of be like go to like something that was kind of not as focused on for a few years, for maybe a decade. Like Seaport Village, it was kind of like really dead for a long
Oh
time.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
now it's kind of like there's a resurgence to it, and they're actually talking about $1 billion uh, renovation. So I really think that the Port of San Diego, it's becoming more of a tourist destination,
Hmm.
and within the next 5 years, I would say that everybody's going to want to be going to the Embarcadero area here in San Diego.
100%. So that's funny that you mentioned downtown because downtown is crazy under construction right now. Like if you have they talked about a Seaport Village revamp of that area. Um, and so the buildings next to there, like downtown, they're going to build a Ritz Carlton. Did you know that?
Yep. Yeah, and they're also talking about like creating land that's water right now. So like there's going to be more land
Like
for them
man-made.
to, yeah,
Yeah.
man-made land. So that's going to be really cool, and you already see things starting to pop up like the Rady Shell where you can go to concerts.
Beautiful. Have you been?
I've walked around it. I haven't been to a concert yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's awesome. And then like the Intercontinental Hotel, that's really
Mhm.
cool. So
Okay. And so you would you say you've grown up in Mira Mesa primarily?
since yeah, since I was 4, so about around the time I can start remembering.
So it's crazy. Like Mira Mesa is so hot right now in terms of people wanting to move there, like the accessibility to everything. Like, what is your favorite part to Mira Mesa?
Um, for me, first things first is home.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
um, what's cool about Mira Mesa lately is all the restaurants and the variety of cuisine that we have.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been focusing on is just seeing like Japanese food and all the Indian food and stuff like that.
Well,
So
you just had the Filipino food eats where you kind of showcase like different popular Filipino dishes and plates. Um, one dessert that I can't get out of my mind is called halo halo.
oh
And
yeah,
that honestly, I've never had anything like that before, and I need to go to like you have to go to an authentic Filipino place to get it because it seems weird, right? Like beans, it's kind of sweet, uh,
condensed milk,
condensed milk, yeah,
ube
all
ice cream, leche flan on top.
you wouldn't know that it's like something you would enjoy, but honestly, that Filipino community is very strong in Mira Mesa, and I have a lot of friends. I used to play basketball at the rec.
Oh yeah.
We go on the weekends, and it's a lot of fun. And that area is really great, and it's kind of crazy, dude. As far as affordability, like Mira Mesa has gone through the roof. Like, do you guys find it crazy, like seeing where it like started to where it's at now?
Oh yeah, like the houses here when my parents bought the house we're in.
Hmm.
I mean they were probably in like the low 200s, and now like the neighbor right across the street sold their house for like 1.1 mil, I think,
Yeah.
across the cul-de-sac. So it's like within a span of 30 years, that's how much it's risen.
And that's a crazy part. Like, I don't know if it's ever going to turn back. Do you think that there will ever be a time where, like, I just try to think of, will San Diego ever be less interesting? Like, not make all these people want to move here. You know, we have the coastal, we have the deserts close by, we have all different types of lifestyles here. Do you ever think it's going to backtrack from where we're at today?
um it may. We already have a lot of super rich people living here,
Yeah.
and I guess you got to be super rich, right? So
Oh.
it's gonna just keep getting richer.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see. Like, I started in real estate 4 years ago, and at that time when I first started, people were like, "Oh, it's gonna crash. These prices are crazy high," and you could tour properties and find so many of them. You had choices, you had time, you didn't have to pay over asking, all these crazy things, and then COVID hit, and no one knew what was going to happen, and everyone's scared. We all thought the market was going to crash, but then now, like today, it's like insanely high. Like like incredibly high to the point where I'm like, dude, when is it going to end? So it's kind of interesting to see. But I also like, are we going to be a luxury community? I guess is kind of the question, right? Are we only
Yeah.
going to be like, like affordability? What does that mean anymore?
I mean, look at how San Diego is structured right now. Like, basically, all the beach towns like Del Mar, La Jolla, Bird Rock, all those areas are your bougie beach communities, right?
Yeah,
And you also, I mean, obviously, you'll have like PB where you can find some affordable places, but not really because everybody wants to live in PB.
yeah.
And like all our beach communities, that's where like the people with the most money and the most wealth, that's where you'll find them first.
And
And
so in terms of like, that's interesting that you say that. So in your like when you like what you're very analytical. You like to look at things to make your videos, your content. Who do you find that are like what type of demographic do you think your YouTube channel hits when you provide all this information?
I believe it's like a lot of people that are mid to late 20s that
Hmm.
are young in their careers, but they're just starting to make money,
Yeah,
and they're interested in living here,
yeah,
and or they already do, and they're just trying to find their way through this city. And I think with my me being born and raised here and the authority that I have because I have that experience of being from here,
right.
I think a lot of people really flock to that more than somebody that just had moved here a couple years ago and say, you know, this is what San Diego is.
I will
So
say your tag. I was thinking about your brand, right? Jaycation, like your logo and everything. I'm like, it's so catchy, like Jaycation, JK. I don't even think people like even if you told them your name, they'd still call you Jaycation.
yeah, for sure.
You branding yourself so well, like it's so easy. Like, of course, that's the San Diego guy. Like that's the guy who goes across San Diego. Remember, I come across random people who say they watch your videos. Like I'll come up in a conversation, they're like, yeah, we explored on YouTube. And they were like, we were looking for food options and I found them. I remember we did videos together and people would randomly come up and say, hey, like I watch your cheap eats. Like,
Yeah, man. And I even get that on my live streams too. I was like, where's Danny at? You guys still friends? We haven't seen him in a couple months. And I
yeah.
was like, guys,
They're like,
don't
"Look at him,"
worry.
like, no.
Danny's the homie.
So what do you have planned moving forward? Like what is your like as far as content goes, where's like the vision for Jaycation?
Right now, the focus is mainly on San Diego and Las Vegas videos.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to start traveling again and sprinkling in other cities. And I think I kind of found a formula for how I want to film when I'm on a trip. So it's not like crazy to where, I'm overwhelmed with filming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to start traveling again. I want to go back to Barcelona. But as for video content, I just want to keep improving on like my informational videos. So
Mm-hmm.
like I did a pros and cons of living in San Diego, and I tried to make that as like unique and informational as possible for somebody that wants to move here. Like the video that I'm about to film probably this afternoon or tomorrow. How why is San Diego so expensive? So I kind of want to talk about uh, first of all, like living in San Diego and the expenses and all that good stuff. And then talk about like a tourist coming to San Diego and why it's expensive. I'm not trying to freak people out from coming here,
Yeah.
but I'm just being truthful.
So to your point, it's being transparent, right? Like it's you want to give as much value as you can, and it's all like it's we can always highlight what San Diego is, right? Beaches, this and that and the other. But the nitty gritty stuff is really important. Like, can I live there? Can I live a lifestyle where like can I go out? Can I buy things? You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be in an. Some people don't want to be in an area where you just don't get a lot of use out of your money.
Yeah,
Other
everyone's
people
different, right?
other people don't mind it. Other people rather have the area and live on a budget. So it's funny that you mentioned that you're going to do a little bit more of like the cost of living here. I so personally, I'm going to do one as well, but mine's going to go in depth on my expenses, my
Hmm.
personal expenses as a 27-year-old who lives in San Diego. and detail like, this is how much I pay for housing, this is how much I pay for insurance, gas, all these sort of things, because those are the things that people want to know. They're like, well, how much is rents, or how much are mortgages, or what, how much is a grocery, like a grocery run usually lasts. Like, I can tell you what my situation looks like, and you can kind of compare from there.
Yeah, and like you really do a really good job on like our Facebook page, or every time I'd like refer you to a friend, you're real transparent about it. It's not easy to find an apartment or a room.
Oh,
It's
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 not.
difficult, or something that's up to a particular person's standards. And you do a good job of saying, hey, what are you looking for? And then you really do try to help these people, these individuals, find a place. Like, I think I referred you to my friend that was moving from LA to here. Luckily, he lives three houses down from me.
Yeah,
But my
yeah.
momcation came through, found him a a loft. So yeah, I mean, but you did a good job. Like, you're like, hey man, what part of town you want to live in? What type of apartment? What surroundings do you want? And that's really what what people want to know. It's like, if you're gonna move to this area, what are my surroundings gonna be? You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. And I always tell people that when they're moving here, this is kind of like advice. This should be a video, honestly, like what to do before you decide to live in San Diego. And it should be, you should take at least a month at an Airbnb and see if it's something you like, and check out the apartments, check out the rentals. Don't, like, I hate hearing stories where people are lodged up in hotels, um like, oh, we don't have a kitchen, we're eating out every day, we're spending about 200 bucks a night. Like, that's really expensive, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really stressful for a family or individual to be like, oh, I need to find a rental today. Like, no, don't, please don't do that. Like, I think that that would be a great content. Now that you gave me a good idea now.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're right though. It's like, act like you're living there. And what better than that than rent out an Airbnb for a month? Like, I did that when I moved to Barcelona. I think I did an Airbnb for 2 weeks, and I was like, wow, I love this neighborhood. I want to be in this neighborhood. So like, I was able to compare two different spots, and I said, okay, I'll end up in this place.
what do you think, as far, so you mentioned like, you're, before you were doing San Diego, you focused a lot on like Europe, Asia, and do you ever think that you could maybe transition back into that, like, as we progress?
Maybe, maybe. I originally wanted to do like Barcelona half the year and San Diego half the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just because I'm so like living in San Diego right now that like I don't see it, but I wouldn't cut that off as a possibility that um I will go back to like Barcelona at some point and visit for a period longer than a couple weeks. So
Wow.
but yeah, maybe. I mean, you never know, dude. If inflation keeps going up, might have to go to Barcelona.
Oh my God. Yeah, take me with you. We'll do travel content. But I'm going to continue on a little forward here. I'm going to do another segment. I appreciate you coming on, Jay. Like, seriously, man. Like, I have to thank you for one, always supporting me, always showing me the ropes. I mean, my first videos were with you, man. We were going through it. I used to be nervous as heck. And you're like, that's perfect. Great. That's awesome. So thank you, man. Thank you for
Yeah,
not
you
only
got it, man. And look
signing
at you now, dude. You're hosting a live stream.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's about a year ago. We were shooting videos out in Pacific Beach.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll have to catch up sometime in person. Maybe I owe you a beer for sure. That's
Can
first case.
you drink beers now?
I'm good to go. 75 hard. Yeah, but yeah, man, we'll
Cool,
uh,
dude.
we'll reconnect sometime soon, and keep making San Diego content, please, because you're giving me ideas, man. You're inspiring me to
Hey,
keep doing that.
likewise, bro. Likewise, man. I'll see you at the top.
Sounds good.
Top San Diego Realtor YouTube channel, Danny Quesada.
Let's go.
All right, bro. You want me to log off here, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm going to continue it just a few more minutes before I log off here. But thanks for coming on.
All right, man. See you guys.
Alrighty. So I wanted to just go quickly through some of the questions that I'm seeing now. Let me start with awesome Adam. Yeah, San Diego's amazing. Definitely one of the areas you move for lifestyle. And I've talked to a lot of people across all different states up Northern California. So yeah, I don't think anything beats it. At least for me, you could always have a differing opinion. Eat, pray, travel. Does EXP have rentals also? I hope to move in San Diego in 2024. So I do have a database of rentals that I have accessible. If you are looking to rent, which I've had a lot of people reach out over that as well, send me an email. That's the best way to contact me. I'll shoot you over rental resources, something that's going to help you. It's going to have the best websites. It's going to have some tips on just kind of creative ways to find rentals that are not on the open market. And if you have any additional questions, I can go through that. I can set up a call with you. I really love helping people. I don't charge anything for it. It's mostly just to help people transition. I know how difficult it can be. So just shoot me a quick email and I'd be more than happy to send that over to you. Mom, Food, Plant, and Things. Thank you so much for joining the live. And you're probably not here, but you'll probably see the recap. So thank you for showing us support by listening and going through. Question for Danny. I moved here to San Diego 6 years ago. I'm close to Mount Helix. I would like to move to a smaller house on a bigger piece of land. Where might that be possible? So if you're looking for lots of land, there's so many different areas across San Diego. We're going to have to really get specific with how big of a lot of land would you like. There's places in East County. There's places in Central San Diego, North and South San Diego. But what I want to determine is how far north do you want to go? How far south? How far east and how far west? So shoot me a quick email. I'd be more than happy to do the research with you and talk to you about what's important to you. And then we can go through it from there. But with that being said, thank you so much, everyone, for the remaining people who are still in the live stream and anyone who watches it back. This is really fun. I'm going to do this more often and hopefully get out of this office and go show you the beach, go show you different sceneries, and then expect content in the next few weeks. I have a few videos lined up for people on the cost of living, on exploring different undercover areas. And if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. Like I want to start getting feedback from people on what they want to see. So if it's more real estate content, I can make that. Or if it's more neighborhood tours, I can do that. Just send over what you think would be helpful. So we'll create that content. And then last one, eat Chiles. Thanks, Dabby. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no worries. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Take care.